I guess, Jody, how has it been trying to coach up a group that's obviously been a little bit banged up right now?
It's been really good to get some of the young guys. Chad Terrell's a guy we've been repping doing some tight end stuff that's been a receiver. He's really picked up well, competed, but playing a new position, reps, I always feel there's nothing you can take the place of getting reps and actual, when the bullets are flying. So he's been able to get a lot of reps. We have had a lot of guys banged up, but we've adjusted. Coach Satterfield's done a great job of adjusting the offense, and where we can still be effective in practice and everything. But like I said, it's really helped Chad Terrell and Jesse Sanders, some of those young guys getting a lot of reps.
And even with the injuries, it's still kind of a shorthanded position numbers-wise. How do you guys try to juggle that as you sort of look longer term with this year?
Yeah, when we get back, Trey Kenyon's a guy that's played a lot last year, and then we'll have Austin Stogner coming in, transfer from Oklahoma, and then Xavier Short, a guy we signed, so that'll give us some depth and everything at the position. One thing, those guys are very versatile, a lot of them skill set, especially a guy like Jaheim Bell. A lot of guys that we feel like we can do a lot of different things with, move them around, whether they're on the ball, off the ball. So it's going to give us a lot of guys probably doing some things they may not be doing if everybody was healthy, but it's good reps and get it on tape and a lot of good skills they're getting to practice.
Jody, I think Sat mentioned that Jaheim's technically a wide back now. I guess can you kind of explain what goes into that?
Yeah, we're messing with him. We just tell him you go make plays and block, do whatever you ask to. So wide back. So, but no, we've been having some fun with him. I wish he would have. He's had a little minor setback with an injury, but he'll be back soon, and we're expecting a big season out of him next year. But like I said, a guy like him, he's got so much talent. A lot of skill set, as he shown last year. Coach Satterfield did a great job the way he used him, and we plan on that being the case next year. But we're going to call him a wide back, but hopefully make your coach look good back. That's the key. But he's definitely a guy that can cause some mismatch problems and stuff with his skill set. And we wish we had him right now, but he'll be back shortly.
You mentioned getting a guy like Xavier and Stog, and just what have you seen from them on film, and kind of how excited are you to kind of get to play with them in this offense?
Austin's a guy that, definitely I think with just his size, brings a lot of versatility. He's got great length, good hands. He's a really good blocker, but very smart, instinctive. That's what Coach Beamer said about him. And, he's fortunate enough to coach him and conversations I've had, with him. And then Xavier Short, a guy, he's kind of in the same bill. He's, maybe not elite size and all that, but he is a tough football player, crafty, kind of move him around, watching his high school tape, a lot of things they did with him. Really guys, tough, physical, that he can line up at receiver, H-back, slice him across, a lot of things, that he brings. But really good mentality, and like I say, some guys are just football players. I think he's one of those guys that's just a football player. He's a find a way to get it done type guy.
And Xavier is pretty strong as well. I think his weight room numbers are pretty ridiculous. Have you seen many guys who are as strong as he is coming out of high school like that?
He and just looking at him, he was able to come to practice I guess last Saturday, and he is like, I need to get on his weight program, so I hope he stays on that. And but no, they were very impressive. And I think he's a guy that you can tell the hard work he's put in, his demeanor, the way he attacks the game is definitely something you always love to have in your room and on your team. Kind of everybody else kind of matches tenacious spirit.
I know Kenyon's been kind of banged up with that ankle, but just how big is this spring for him with so many limited bodies to just get out there and get some reps?
Yeah, Trey, he's had, just a little bit of a mild ankle, but he's been really great attitude, and talking with Trey, I think, just with everything with him, whether it's blocking, catching, everything, just like all the guys in the room. We're just trying to, take that next step and, kind of looking back at some film of them last year and stuff. And we always said, hey, just like every position, every player, what can I get better on and everything. And one thing coming in that room, Coach Kimmery done a great job. Those guys have all got great attitudes, great spirit, and they've been, team first players. And so it's been a easy transition dealing with them, and they've really bought into everything Coach Beamer and is doing, and really bought into the mindset of trying to get better at something every day. Fortunately, some of them haven't been able to go full speed, but in the meetings, trying to get a lot of mental reps is what we've told them, whether it's on the film room or out there at practice. If you're not going, watch the guy in front of you. And told Jaheim he's been playing coach a couple of days, so I have to get him a whistle. But
Jody, you kind of touched on it, but I guess what has that been like working with just, I think today you guys had 3 guys out there. I mean, what's that been like? How much have you all been able to do? And I guess you get a little more hands-on time with just a couple of guys.
I tell them they get a lot of hands-on coaching because I can put my hands on all 3 of them at the same time. But it's been good because you literally get to focus in really on them. But they've all, Jesse and Chad and all them guys tell them every day, hey, we always tell you to hydrate. You better extra hydrate because we're getting a lot of reps. And Dave Adams, another guy, he kind of had a little minor setback with his hamstring, but he's been able to get a lot of reps too. But I tell him, I said, hey, don't look at this as this is an opportunity. You're getting all the reps and different things that are going to come up, so take advantage of it. And just like the injured guys, hey, you got to take advantage of getting the mental reps too. But it's definitely been, you'd like to have more numbers and keep those guys a little fresh. But tell them this is kind of like football was back in the day. You got to play both ways or it didn't get to come out. So that's been it's been fun. We've made the most of it, and like I said, they've embraced it. And Coach Sack and Coach Beamer have done a great job. We've just adjusted some things and really haven't missed a beat.
Coach Beamer mentioned White Campbell getting some looks with you guys, and we see him out there, and he's in number 80. So.
Yeah, and White, I'm trying to trade for him technically, so we got the knee braces off of him one day. We're going to get him some receiver clubs and let him start coming to the tight end meeting, get him a skill guy face mask. But White, he did a great job doing some things, and a lot of teams you'll see using, whether it's the NFL or college, 6, 7 offensive linemen, especially guys that, the tackles now in football are just as athletic as some tight ends, especially if you need a big guy to put his hand in the ground and block the C area, outside the offensive tackle there. So White, he's done a great job embracing that and jumping in, just like, all our guys on offense, whatever we've asked them to do, they've embraced it and jumped in there and, did whatever they did. But White has done a good job, but I'm still working on that trade for him,
What would you trade? What's your –
Well, we were talking about giving the offensive lineman, we were going to get them like Chick-fil-A a day or whatever, to get him over there full time, whatever we could do to entice Coach Atkins to get him over there. But we're having fun with that, though.
Jody, from a number standpoint, especially in an offense like this that runs a lot of 12 personnel, just how many tight ends would you like to have in that room that you're able to feasibly use?
Well, you'd feel like 5 guys would be great. And some burgers and fries, but no. But, you get used to – I know a lot of guys, a lot of NFL teams, you'll play 12, 13 personnel. Sometimes you only got 3 tight ends at the game. So, the good thing, a lot of those guys are smart in the room, so they learn how to play Y, F, or even, a Z or something if we're in 13 personnel. But, you'd like to have 5 guys that you can really depend on, and 6 for that position. But, just like anything, you're going to adjust and do what's best for the team. So when, Coach Satterfield does a great job and Coach Beamer of blowing, hey, this team, they may not be able to stop the run and we need more tight ends and that type of package this game. Or, we're probably going to be a little more 11, 10 spread out, whatever game, whatever the matchup kind of lets you know. But, yes, I'd like to have as many good players as I could, but 5 to 6 would be a great number. And I talked to Coach Staley. We're gonna try to see if we can get a couple of the girls after they win the national championship, come back, maybe play some tight end for us toward the end. Put them in the spring game. I know those girls can rebound, and we sure are pulling for them. So go win that national championship. We'll let them catch a touchdown in the spring game too. I know. We got to negotiate with those offensive linemen.